Hey, what's up everybody? It's David, the ProSoloFlipper here. It's been a while. I kind of took a little break from doing YouTube videos. The main reason why is my numbers came in for February and they were not very good. Um, they were a little bit lower than the previous year for the same month for February, and I wasn't very happy with that. And so what I did was I kind of took a break from YouTube and started really focusing back on my business and listing to see if I can get those numbers up. So this video is going to kind of be about what my numbers were for February and what my numbers were for March. Um, so I'm just going to go over them now. I'll put up my spreadsheet and we'll kind of talk about the numbers a little bit. So here comes the spreadsheet. Okay, so here are my numbers for this year so far. So you can see that eBay sales for January were 8,300, and then in February, where I would expect them to be going up a little bit more than January, they dipped to 7,850. And even my bigger concern than that was looking at February of 2020 at 7,850 compared to the previous year, 2019 was 8,663. So it's a drop of about $800. So I was pretty frustrated with this, and so um, it motivated me to kind of buckle down and get to work and start listing so that I could bring those numbers back up. And so you can see that my March numbers were much better. So um, 20 for 2020, I was about I'd say about 1,700 higher than 2019, and almost 3,000 higher. March was almost 3,000 higher than February. So, and amidst of all that was, you know, what's going on with coronavirus and everything. So, um, I think from what I've heard that's actually helped most people. Sales have actually gone up since that. I don't know if that's going to continue. We can talk about that maybe in another video, but um, anyway, here's my numbers for February and March. February, like I said, was disappointing for me and lighted a fire in me to get some listing done. I believe I listed over 450 new items in March, and that's going to be the main reason um, why there was this jump. Now I would say that on average, I'll bet in February I probably only listed about 300 new items, which is decent. Maybe 350, but 450 new items makes a big difference. So I think that's going to be the main difference there. And then I even sold a little bit more on Amazon and a little bit more on local, so that my total month, if you look in the blue column on the right, total for the month was 11,000, which I feel is really good for March. Um, we'll see how April goes. Um, I'll talk a little bit more about the start of April in a minute. But that's the screen. I'm going to take you to another screen to show just a little bit more detail about my numbers. Okay, on this screen, this kind of shows my totals for the month as well, and you can see my 2019 numbers as well. But this is good. This screen shows a little more information. I don't know if you can see my pointer go around here, but what you'll notice here is that I sold 249 items in February. If you look right here in this cell, and then the difference between that and March was 300. In March, I sold 315, so that's 65 extra items. Um, Now, not a big difference if you look at my starting listed numbers for the month. At start of February I was at 1143. March I was actually down a little bit, 1129. Um, so you can tell that I didn't list very much during the month. I sold 249, so I ended up being down a little bit by 15. That means I think I had pulled a few listings throughout the month of February um, that were just I didn't want to have listed anymore because they weren't selling and the price was low and stuff. So these numbers are a little obscure, so you can't really tell. But I'm going to guess that I probably listed just under 300 new items. So not super impressive. But if you look at the start of April, which would be the end of March, you can really see how much I was listing. Um, so I sold 315, and I started this month, but there's something else going on here, so I'm going to talk about that too. But I had started the month of March at 1129, and I finished it at 1397. Now, I want you to kind of ignore 100 of those listings, because what happened was, for those of you who are on eBay and got the notice that eBay was offering 50,000 free new listings for each month of March and April. For that reason, I had pulled 100 items from my listings, and they were sitting in my unsold folder, or whatever you want to call it. And I decided to relist all of those for 2 more months, since it wasn't going to cost me anything to have them listed. So if you ignore that 100, then I would still be at $12.97 if I hadn't done that, which is what, 170 more than I started the month with. And I sold 317 or 315. So if you kind of add those together, you'll get to a rough number of where I actually was with my new listings. Now I know how many I actually listed, because I tracked it the whole month, and I had 459 new listings go up. And when you're listing that much, things are going to be selling well for you, I think. So that's the main reason. So I just kind of wanted to show you that from this tab in this spreadsheet. So you can see that I sold 315. There's my dollar amount again. You can see my average sale price, which is $33.83, which is pretty good, higher than normal for me, really. And then again, here was my starting amount listed for March 1st, as well as the dollar amount that I had listed at the start. And then you can see both of those for April as well. So I started April with 1,397 listings, and over 5,000 more in dollar value of inventory listed April 1st. And so that's basically it. If you compare that let's just look at my starting numbers for April. 1,397 listings for $40,000. If you compare that to the year before, I started April with only 900 listings and only $25,000 in inventory. So I expect April this year to be significantly better than April of last year, which I did 9,300. So we'll see what happens, and I'm going to talk a little bit in a minute about what's been going on in April so far. But so that's kind of my numbers. That's my spreadsheet. Like I've mentioned before, if you need a spreadsheet to track yours, I do have this available for sale. There'll be a link in the description. For $9 you can get the spreadsheet. It has all these different tabs down here at the bottom to track every part of your eBay business or Amazon. You can modify this for Poshmark, Mercari, or whatever else you want. But so that's my spreadsheet, and that's my numbers for February and March. Again, February was disappointing. I really buckled down and got listing, and March was way better. So that listing is paying off. All right, so that's my numbers for February and March. April has started off really well. I might make a separate video about this, but what happened was I have really never sent offers to buyers before. I've done it a few times, maybe sent 5 or 10 offers or something. But I had built up about 500 or so listings that were eligible to send offers. And coming from Instagram, I had posts on there, and quite a few people were asking me why I didn't, and it just wasn't. It's part of my business model. I feel like people that do that should price higher maybe, and then send offers and then end up getting the price that they want. But like I said, I might make another video about it. But needless to say, a short on it was I did it and it went well. So I've had a good start to April. April's doing really well. This past weekend has been a little bit slow, so we'll see if I can hang in there and get some good numbers for the whole month. But anyway, that's kind of my numbers, and it kind of explains like why I haven't made a video in a month or so, because maybe it's been a little more than a month. So sorry if you guys have been hoping to see something. We'll try to get back into making videos, more regularly, but I don't want to do it at sacrificing my sales. So I've got to find that balance, and I got to find the motivation to put in work to get both of them done. So I really feel like reselling is my business, and that's got to come first. So if I have to take an occasional break, I guess I will. But I'd like to be able to do both. So anyway, like I said, that spreadsheet is available for purchase if you need something to start tracking your numbers, or maybe just watch the video. There's also a video on it I've done previously, so you can get more information about it, and maybe just watch it and create your own. If you're handy with Excel, then maybe it'll give you some good ideas to track your own business and make your own spreadsheet. But Anyway, check me out on Instagram, the same account there, ProSoloFlipper. Thanks for your time, guys. Hopefully you guys are staying safe and healthy at this time with everything going on, and that your business isn't suffering too much. I will probably be making another video shortly, kind of talking about what's going on with my reselling business and my personal life with everything that's going on, because it's definitely been impacted. So stay safe, stay healthy, get listing, put in the work, and you'll see results. So thanks for watching, guys.